raindrops are awaiting thee. Sounds of the rude world heard in the day, led by the moonlight, have all passed away. Beautiful dream, my queen of my song, list while I woo thee with soft melody. Gone are the cares of life's busy throng. Beautiful dreamer, awake unto me. Beautiful dreamer, awake unto me.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Evermore Paranormal Show. I'm Jim Sorrell, and your host of the show is Suzanne Sorrell. Her sidekick is Kat. However, Kat's with me tonight, so she'll be joining us from here. And we hope you enjoy the show.
Good evening, sweet spirits. Welcome to the show. This is our third episode tonight, 3 of 6. And that's our first season, but we're talking about having some more episodes, so there may be more than 6. This is a variety talk show, and we're going to have some musical guests. This season, for instance, on April 9th, we're going to have Gina coming in from Baltimore, Gina DeLuca. The focus of the show is about the paranormal and ghosts, mostly, but we will have other types of shows here and there. The shows, we originally were going to do a 30-minute show, but it seems like they're running more 45 minutes to an hour, and I think tonight will probably run that long. We've been talking about the studio being haunted for a while, and so far we haven't gotten any reported activity during the show, but we have had some incidents that happened here last night, and we'll tell you about that on next season. So we'll have her on to tell you about that. But we're pretty excited because it was a pretty freaky experience. So the ghosts aren't cooperating right now during the show. We're hoping one will just walk by. But so far, no. Now we are so close to the Manassas National Battlefield Park. Within a few miles, 5 minutes or less to get there. So there were 2 battles during the Civil War there, and there were lots of casualties. So we're hoping sooner or later some of them will come on over here and start communicating with us. So, as my husband said, I'm Suzanne Sorrell, owner of Evermore Paranormal. And I'm the host of the show. And you met Jim. Jim's the announcer, my husband. He's also our ghost bro. We have some equipment laying around. Like I said, he's going to be monitoring that throughout the whole show. And Kat's helping him tonight. And as well, like I said, Kat's over there with him. I hear her laughing. And she's my best friend of 13 years and my sidekick, and we just do everything together. So I also want to mention that we are doing the show here at Stairway East Rehearsal Studio in Manassas, Virginia. And behind the scenes, we have Mike, Pat, Lucille, and Jazz. And they do a great job. I've used them for a lot of projects, so if you ever want to, interested in some kind of project, I definitely highly recommend them. You can contact them directly. So tonight, we are fortunate enough to have our first team. It's our 3rd episode, and we decided to bring on one paranormal team a season. And we chose Real Life Paranormal Group from West Virginia. And so we have tonight with us, this is Donna Riggs.
Hello.
And this is Brian Riggs Sr. Hey. And this is Gail Cox.
Hello.
And how are you guys doing tonight?
Great.
Doing good.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
They came from West Virginia, so I really appreciate that you guys made the commute here. It was raining all day, and then it started snowing.
Yeah, it was
It did.
snowing.
And I'm thinking, I'm glad you guys decided to stay over.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll just start throwing out. I got a lot of questions, and you guys have a
right.
ton of evidence.
We do.
We've spent the last hour looking at stuff that you probably they may have to come back for another show to show you some more evidence. They get a lot of really good evidence. And my first question to one of you, whoever wants to start fielding the questions, is like, how long have you been investigating as a team?
Well, as a team, we've been together maybe around 6 years. And it all started one day, I was at the house there, and my sister come up, and she said something about they was going to go to Moundsville, and had tickets to Moundsville. And so when I heard that, I kind of ran out of the bedroom and said, well, you know, hey, I want to go, you know. And that's really how it all kind of got started with us. And
6 years ago.
yeah,
Moundsville was the first place you guys went to?
Yeah, Moundsville was the first place, wasn't it?
Now,
I
is
think it
she your
was.
sister, right?
Yeah,
I am,
Gail's my
yes.
sister.
So the three of you went to Moundsville that first
No,
time?
I didn't go
You
the
didn't
first
go?
time.
No, I
was-
don't think Donna went.
I was pretty
She
sick there for a little while. I
Yeah.
didn't get into it until later on, but
So I was going to say, what is the story behind your name? Who chose the name? How did you come up with
Brian
that?
did.
Well,
Brian did.
I kind of chose the name. I mean, we was like, you know, this is real life, you know, and it was either that, maybe, you know, afterlife, or maybe, you know, real life. And so we all agreed with real life because, you know, this is real, real time. And so we all decided on the real life paranormal.
So prior to that 6 years ago when you guys
Yeah.
formed the team, did you have any paranormal experiences that made you more interested in, you know, prior to ever thinking of joining
well,
a team?
yes, we had a lot of experience before at an old farmhouse we lived at.
The Civil War?
Civil War old
So you
farmhouse.
lived at that? Oh, okay.
Yes, we lived there for 4 years, and we was told it was haunted when we first got there, and we didn't believe the people because they wanted the house too. So we thought they was just trying to scare us off. But first night he hears,
Well, I was laying there in bed. I was working second shift on my job, and it was probably 1:30 in the morning. I was laying there and just, you know, trying to go to sleep, and I heard this like screeching or something in the attic, and you know, I didn't really pay much attention to it, but it sounded like somebody was up there in a rocking chair, you know, like an old rocking chair or
And
something.
this was the first night you said that you
Yeah.
moved in? Oh my goodness.
And but you know, like Donna said,
be running out,
these
I'm sorry.
other people wanted, you know, they was trying to get the house also, and we thought, well, you know, they're just telling us that, you know, they want the house, and so I heard that, and so like the next day, you know, it's not no stairway to the attic. It's like this old thing you got to move, old covered thing, and we looked up in there, and it was nothing.
Nothing.
It's just an empty attic.
Oh wow.
And, you know, I was thinking, man, you know, I don't know what that was, but.
So that was like your
it's-
first
Yeah.
for all of
that-
you. You didn't have anything like when you were kids.
Yeah,
that just
I had an experience in the old Apollo Theater in Martinsburg. My daughter was in a play there one year, Christmas play. Well, we was all upstairs coming back down the stairs because they was up there doing some dress rehearsals. Well, when I was coming out, there was some guy that was walking down out the other way. So I actually stopped to let him pass me. And he just kind of looked straight ahead, didn't acknowledge me, didn't do anything. And well, I honestly just thought it was somebody up in the stairs. Well, I went down and asked him where he went because he couldn't have went anywhere. And they asked me to describe him, and I did. And they said, well, that's George. I said, who is George? And they said, that's their ghost that haunts the old Apollo.
wow.
Now, I saw that guy. That was...
Looked real. He looked
He
real.
was real. Yeah, I saw him.
So have you? That's a really cool story, man.
Yeah,
I've
and
seen
saw
some ghosts, but
I saw that
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
really thinking he is a real person walking by.
They see him all the time.
Wow, I gotta go to that place sometime.
no,
Three
this
of
one
us.
of them, her name was Marcia, and she, you know, she backed down, and she hasn't, you know, she just doesn't come with us no more. So
I think it's good to just have your small group. You know,
Yeah,
It is a
Yeah,
good.
I
sometimes
mean,
it gets
It's
too
not better
big,
for us.
and
It does.
and
Yeah.
then it contaminates, and
A
you don't
group-
get what you.
Yeah, it
A
does.
group sounds like a lot of people, but, you know, we're just like
As long
three
as
of
three
us,
is a group.
You know, and
Yep.
so. But
you-
if I can do one more story on that farm.
oh yes, definitely.
The dogs we had always barked up the steps and stuff, and really didn't go upstairs a lot. But we was there, what was the weekend, Saturday night or something? And the kids, they went upstairs to go to bed, and one of them didn't want to go by himself. So our other son went up there with him, you know, so he wouldn't be up there by himself. And said, you know, once he goes to sleep, I'll come back down. I said, that's fine, you know. And, well, what, 45 minutes later maybe, we heard this walking, and somebody had ran down the steps.
Yeah, it was thump, thump, down the steps.
Yeah, and come around the corner, and I seen the shadow on the wall, and it went right to the kitchen. And we thought it was our boy. Come back down. Well, the kitchen light never come on or anything like that. And
So I told him to go in and check. I said, see what
Yeah.
he's doing.
so I walked in there, and as soon as I got to the kitchen, I mean, like his hairs just stood up on my arm, and you know, I got these chills and stuff, like it was somebody was there. And so I hit the light switch, and it was just nobody.
Nobody's there.
Wasn't anything.
Always led us
you
to the
know?
basement. And so we talked to the people that did Civil War reenactments and told us that the hospital was an old hospital. And they told us to follow it to the basement. We never
So,
did.
You never did. I was going to ask you. You guys kind of fought over this house, okay? You wanted it. Somebody else wanted it. Did
Yeah.
you regret it or not?
No, I mean, in the long run, it never bothered us.
Yeah,
but,
it
we
never-
heard things. I mean, just left and right. Our water faucets in the bed, a
Yeah,
bathroom would come on
they
all
would
by
come
itself.
on,
Wow.
and-
Our screen door would slam all by itself. I mean, it
And-
was just the piano one time. My niece was standing there and said, "Oh, Aunt Donna said, last night that piano played by itself."
my
You
God.
know, it was like,
You guys had you could
Yeah.
have had a show right there. And
And-
write a book
and-
about it. If you
yeah.
haven't yet, you should.
And the sad thing is, that was before we got into what we do.
Yeah, I
we
know.
never,
Same thing.
you
yeah.
know,
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
never.
So you moved out. You only stayed there 4 years. Did
Stayed there
you
4
leave
years.
for some other reason? Not. It wasn't
Oh, it
paranormal
wasn't
at
No,
all?
it wasn't.
No.
Didn't have to do with that. No.
So,
But-
so what's you guys? We're family. So, any pros and cons of being all family on a team? You think it's better?
I think it's all pro. I
It
mean,
works
we all
better.
get along
I
really
think it
well.
works
I mean,
better.
You guys do seem to get along.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
I mean,
So
yeah, we do. I mean,
well, she's not my
they're
sister.
smart. They're not going
to.
to.
Yeah, we consider each other sisters anyway.
Well, you guys are always like a trio together. I know. I don't know if I need to ask this question, but are you skeptics, believers, or somewhere in between?
I'm
believers.
total believer.
Believer.
Yeah.
All of you.
at first, I was, you know, I really didn't believe, you know, until I went out a few times and, you know, seen and heard a few things. So yeah, I'm a believer.
Now you're a believer.
No.
I couldn't do it if it wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm a believer. My husband's a skeptic, and I there's been a few incidents now where he's like 10% believer
Yeah,
now.
Right.
I'm working on him. Now he's told me. How you guys listening over there? Do you have any questions so far of any of the stories?
You said it's an old hospital. And how old was it?
I don't know. I just know it was an old Civil War hospital, and it was the last house in West Virginia before you crossed to the Virginia line, and it was just like, I don't know. I mean, it had like 400 some acres to this place, and it was it was like a offset of the main farmhouse up the top of the hill.
So
And
maybe you
it
think
was
it might
just-
be like in the 1800s, maybe?
It probably was, if not earlier.
Yeah, I'm
it was-
sure it was.
yeah.
It was 18. You know,
Yeah.
maybe 1850s or so.
Yeah, because the
you
old
know.
stone house up there, it was made out of limestone or whatever, and it had like their dates and stuff in some of the stones.
Wow.
Yeah.
So do you guys do you have a particular style of ghost? Investigating. I'm sorry if I call it ghost hunting. I use them interchangeably. I know
Right,
some people
uh-huh.
really get upset. I realize paranormal investigator.
We go
Is-
on. I mean, it's,
Yeah. It's like you said, it's easier to say ghost hunting.
Yeah.
But do you guys have a style? Do you have particular roles that you play? And also, do you always ghost hunt together, or do you separate in these locations?
Well, we really don't have, you know, any particular style or anything. And when we, you know, do go out, we always try to stick together. You know,
At least
we
close
don't
by.
want to.
Yeah,
You know.
close by. Yeah.
one of us to run off somewheres or something.
I mean,
Sometimes
we'll
do.
go off in like little different areas, whatever, but not
Yeah,
too far
but-
away to where in case somebody needs the other one.
Yeah,
we're,
I mean,
we're hollering
and-
away.
Yeah.
And most of the time, if we do, wander off, we usually carry the walkie-talkies to
Yes,
make sure,
we have those.
and so.
To the ladies, do you think there are any pros or cons of being a female investigator?
No, I
You think it helps you or hurts you?
I think it's helped us. I mean, the only con, well, except this, of course, had to do with paranormal. We were down on Sachs Bridge one night, and Donna and I were getting ready to walk onto the bridge. Actually, we had walked onto it. And I told Donna, I said, something's not right. We need to get off this bridge now.
And both of us felt sick.
It was like, like a sick, like really bad. So we walked off the bridge, and it was okay. Of course, we had our voice recorders going and all. So about 10 minutes later, we went back on the bridge, and it was fine. But I listened to my voice recorder, and on the voice recorder, there was distinctly 2 men that said, "Let's get them."
Oh, my
That
goodness.
That was
Yeah.
a little
That's scary.
unnerving. Yeah,
Yeah, I get things like that too.
that was a little bit. Yeah.
Back
a
when
lot
we
of
first
perverted.
started, ghost hunting, she was going through her audio, and she calls me one night about 12 o'clock. I was about half asleep. She was, Donna, guess what? I said, what? She was, somebody's hollering, Donna. I said, Gail, it is. Somebody called me up in the middle of the night telling me this.
Oh no. Oh, those
Yes.
soldiers can be.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness, we've gotten some really, and
Yeah.
I don't like to listen. I don't like to listen while I'm there because I don't.
Yeah.
I'd be out of there. but well, so do you guys like to use equipment, and if so, what's your favorite?
Yes.
We do use equipment.
Tons of equipment.
We use voice recorders. We have shadow detectors.
Full spectrum
Yeah,
cameras.
we use laser
KG meters.
lights. And
Well, just the grid.
Thermal,
my
camcorders, regular
Everything.
cameras.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we have a.
my favorite would probably be my video camera.
Yeah, mine
I
too.
mean,
Mm-hmm.
because you could, once I, watch it, get home and watch it. I mean, it's just, yeah. I mean, I just, if something would appear, I just love seeing that, man.
Well, that's what my husband. That's what
know?
my husband says. He's a skeptic, but he says the only way
Yeah,
I'm ever
you
going to
know.
believe anything is if he records
Yeah.
it and it's on video.
Yeah.
Until
You
then,
know.
he's still no.
Right.
So I would say probably is that your favorite piece of equipment too, Jim?
Yeah, the voice recorder too, because
Yeah,
you're picking up
I was
unnatural sounds.
Getting
and-
ready to say the voice
Yeah.
recorder,
Mine
because
too.
sometimes we get some voices, but there's like no houses around for like 2 miles. Where does that come from?
Right.
And they're answering you.
But
So I'm going to ask this, but I don't know if I need to, but I will. What is your favorite place to investigate? I think I'm torn between 2 places. I'm going to keep it to myself and see. Why don't you each tell, or you all probably have the same answer. I bet you.
Moundsville.
Moundsville.
Oh, then I'm wrong.
Moundsville.
I'm wrong.
And Gettysburg, I mean, we like Gettysburg,
Both
but
are almost equal, I think.
Moundsville is not Trans-Allegheny, right?
No.
No,
Okay, I didn't think so. I thought they were
is,
different places.
Yeah, Moundsville, because I love old prisons. Any type of old prison.
Oh, yeah.
I love them.
we did, what was it, last year, or about a few months back, we did Moundsville. And there's a place, it's in the basement, it's called, where Artie Walls got killed
Yeah.
for being a snitch. Well, we was down there just taking pictures, and we get home, look at our pictures, and where he was killed at the exact spot, you got this man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, wow. I mean, it totally,
Yeah,
it
it's
shows
just-
his features and everything.
I
It's
took
like,
the
it's
same-
just totally, it's totally wow. We don't understand how we catch what we catch.
Yeah, I'm going to show some of your pictures in a
just-
minute. Did you say Moundsville too?
yeah,
No?
actually, there's
I
like
really thought
several
Gettysburg.
places.
Gettysburg's my favorite too. It's kind of
and-
equal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I have. Now I took the
there's-
same pictures that they took at Moundsville where R.D. Wall was murdered.
Mm-hmm.
I had nothing. Nothing but a picture of an empty place.
And we usually, I mean, we get, I guess you could call it evidence through pictures. And, we just don't take one picture and look and say, wow, we got, we
Yeah.
try to
We-
take at least 3 or 4 pictures,
Yeah.
that
That's
So,
paid off for me, too.
Yeah, you
Yes,
know,
yes.
and
Because
that
then you
way,
can compare the sequential.
We've
you
actually
know,
went back
and-
and debunked.
Talking about
Yeah.
Gettysburg, we was there at Little Round Top one day. It was one night back in the
Mm-hmm,
spring, last couple years back, and I was carrying through the video camera and everything. And I got tired of carrying it, so I gave it to him.
Yeah.
We got on this big rock, just started taking pictures. Well, he started panning we was leaving.
field.
We was leaving the field, and he started just taking the camera, and we had this thing following us out, and we got it on video, and he's like going up and down in the weeds, trying to keep from hiding from us. It was like, wow.
That
I
is
don't know.
scary. That
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
realized that.
Yeah, you know.
That-
It
that's
followed us
happened to
clear
me,
out of the
too.
field. It was like, wow.
Did you
That
guys, have you investigated? One of your questions was about investigating a family member's home.
Me.
Gail.
Yeah,
she-
that was me. My nephew, my sister Rita's child, was killed tragically in a car accident. And, well, my sister was, kept seeing him, and she kept she was losing her mind. Yeah. And, well, she is actually raising his little girl, so she called me one night. She said, Gail, you've got to come up here and find out if he's here. So I took my equipment up, and we set it up in the voice recorder. Well, of course, we didn't hear anything at the time or didn't see anything. So I went back, and it was about 1 o'clock in the morning, and I started to check stuff out. Well, I had my earphones on, and all of a sudden, my nephew's voice, he said, my sister asked him, she said, I don't understand what you want. She said, tell me what you want. And he said, she's going down the hall. Now, his little daughter was walking down the hallway just at that time. She had just walked out of the bedroom and down the hallway. I literally, dropped my earphones. And it was 1 o'clock in the morning. I went back up to Rita's house, and I said, Rita, you got to hear this. I didn't tell her anything of where it was. And so I put the earphones on her, and she dropped to her knees and started crying like a baby. She said, I'm not crazy. I said, no, you're not. I said, he's really here with you. I said, but just embrace it. He's just watching over his little girl. And she still sees him all the time. And,
That's the greatest thing, because a lot of times when you go in to investigate and you help somebody, it's comforting to them.
It really is. I mean, I was in such a hurry to get over there, I actually got pulled over.
You never paid for the ticket then, yeah. So you guys, that was a cool story.
Yeah.
Before we came on air, you were showing me
Yeah.
some stuff at Sachs Bridge.
Yes.
You want to tell us about that, one of you?
The vortex, he got that.
Well, it was probably, if you go up to Sachs Bridge, there's always kids there. I mean, teenagers and stuff. And, the best time to really go there to investigate is, 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. That's when everybody leaves. But anyway, it was about that time. We set her, nobody was there but us. And we set her video camera up there in the middle of the bridge. And I think mine was one way, Gail had
Mine was
hers
the
the
other
other way. And we sitting there asking questions, anybody here and stuff like that. And well, we didn't know it. We didn't see nothing, hear nothing or anything. But once I got home the next day and looked over the video, sure enough, this whatever it was come out of the left side of the screen, like a mist or something, and had all these faces in it, and I just don't know what it was. I mean, we didn't see it.
Took
Right.
over
They
the whole
walked
grid
through
pen.
it.
Yeah, we walked through
We
it.
walked
Didn't even know we
through it.
did.
Yeah, I mean, you guys showed me
Yeah,
before
I
the
just
show,
don't-
and
Walked
it's
right through
amazing.
it.
And
Yeah.
still don't know what, what that was. I mean,
Pretty cool evidence. I'm going to look over here and ask you have any questions to our guests?
No, I'm good.
No? You got any ghosts
Yeah,
showing up over there,
the
Jim?
time about the prison,
uh-huh.
and the snitch. How was
Yeah.
that person killed?
He was cut up.
He was butchered.
Ooh.
Yeah, he was literally
Yeah.
butchered. Cut in pieces. Yeah.
Dang.
Did you say you did get some evidence?
We heard a tap in the corner here
Oh, really?
a little bit ago.
So we are
just
getting a
One
little
single
That'd be
loud
nice.
tap.
Just so
We're
you
bringing
know.
them in for y'all.
Thank you. Yeah, they're ghost
in.
magnets,
Come
by
on
the
in,
way.
guys.
Basically, they told us on recent shows. The stage manager Lucille told us that right to the right of you is where a lot of the activity is. But you did hear a tap behind you. So the ghost bro bistro is actually paying off this week. Maybe they like Kat. You know, she's different. Kat, we might have to sit you over there every
There
week.
you go.
Like, because you sure as heck haven't brought them over in the last 2 shows. So you guys, you sent us some pictures in, and we're going to
Yeah.
talk about. There's 4 pictures that you sent in, and I think Mike
Yeah.
is going to. The first one that was going to come up, I think, is the tree. The tree, right, Donna?
Yes.
Can you
That's
tell
the
us
one
about
Donald
that?
took.
We was at the Antietam battlefield and we was in Eastwoods, I think it was.
Westwood.
Westwoods. Well, anyway, we was down in there just snapping pictures, pretty day, and just regular woods. We get home, put it up, and start looking. And if somebody could get that a little, I mean, you know, if they look at it really close, there's a little baby in there, and it looks like it's got a pacifier. And
Ribbon
but
his hair.
yeah, and it just. At first, it takes people a while to actually get it to come in, but once it comes in, you can actually say, "Oh, wow, you know, that is totally." But there
Is
is.
it in
there-
the tree, like
Yeah, it
engraved
looks-
in the tree, kind of, or is it
No,
standing
it's-
in
branch
front of it?
tree.
It just
kind of
looked
Yeah,
like
it's
it's right in
right
in the tree
middle.
trunk.
Right in
You
that
know what I mean?
circle
It's just,
thing.
but it was just a
Okay.
regular tree. I was just snapping pictures, you know.
I'll have to zoom in on that when I get
Yeah.
home
Yeah,
and see.
yeah.
And so that's really cool. Our next picture is it was pink. It's like infrared, I guess.
Full spectrum.
That was taken
full
in the
spectrum.
same woods in the West Woods in Sharpsburg, Maryland, at
my
the
favorite picture.
battlefield. What we see there is like a little girl with some beads or braids in her hair or something, and it looks like a little Indian girl to us. But what we're thinking is like a family of these people there, you know. Well, on the voice recorder that day, it kind of, when we was out there asking questions and taking pictures, around the same time I took that picture, you could hear these footsteps like walk toward us on the voice recorder. Of course, we didn't hear that, but you could hear the steps come up, and it like right in my face because it was so clear on the voice recorder. It said, "Try me," and
Wow.
I got no idea what that was about, you know. But it was a man's
Cool.
voice, you know, and I mean, "Try me" sound like, you know, let's fight or something,
Yeah.
Challenge.
whatever, you know.
Yeah,
But,
try me. Yeah.
but it was
I
kind
can't
of
see it from
mean.
here, but when I get home,
Yeah.
I'll zoom in with
Yeah.
it down. But
Cool, yeah, you'll
Yeah.
see it. Hmm.
so our
It's
next
really neat.
our next picture it was the red picture.
That
So
was taken in Martinsburg, West Virginia. It was an old house, the Adam Stephen house. I don't know if y'all have ever heard of that, but it was like 1700s, I think. And that was taken in a kid's bedroom. There was some kids there, but on the left side, I mean on the right side over here, you can see like an outline. It looks like a little girl to me, or you know, or some kind of kid there, but.
you know what? You don't need to
And-
tell me that one. I can see
Yeah,
that one
I
from
mean,
here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know, there's
see,
no
and
question. I see a
Yeah.
kid.
Yeah, there's a
and
kid
that was
there.
when we went over
Yeah.
the pictures and found out. I just couldn't believe it because I was thinking, whoa, you know. I think
Yeah, and
we
there
got
was a group
little
of
kid
people
here.
in there that day. We went
Lot
with
of
the group.
people, Yeah.
Wow, that really that one's pretty obvious.
It is.
And then the last picture was is
I
a
think
door.
the last one Gail took
Yeah, I
up there
took the last one. Yeah. I
That's
took
another
this
pretty
one
clear
myself.
day
Yeah,
one.
it is.
That
And
that was taken at the medical center in Trans-Allegheny.
Oh.
I was just snapping pictures, so I walked up on the porch to take a picture of the door because we were going to spend the night in there. So I'm just taking pictures and had no idea this thing was there until I got home. And I couldn't believe what was looking back at me. You know, this thing was. I have no. It has horns. It's like it doesn't even have a face. It's all hollow.
Then we went
Yeah.
back and stayed in the morgue.
And we stayed
While
in
we
there.
stayed
they
there,
stayed in there.
We
stayed
still
there
stayed
that
in
night.
there.
I
we
was
stayed in
looking
the
at it.
morgue.
Did you guys send it
We
ahead
went
of
right
time?
back in
Yeah.
that. Yeah, it was like a couple weeks later. We went and stayed in the morgue, the same
Oh.
place that.
Do you
that
guys be
was.
bringing up the morgue? Have you guys ever laid in one of the beds?
You
We
know-
were going to.
Right.
It
Yeah.
was so rotted out. It was
Ugh.
like,
We
Yeah,
were
it was
going to
like-
stay in it.
I don't know. I don't think I could. You guys watched Paranormal Lockdown the other week
Yeah.
with Katrina was laying
yeah,
in it.
yeah. I was
Yep.
I'm
thinking,
like,
oh, they crazy.
God, Go, girl, you go. You can lay in that morgue all you want.
It was too rusted. We couldn't.
Yeah, it
Matter
was
of fact,
just-
that's the same place we stayed at.
Yeah.
Oh,
Exactly.
really? Same one
Yeah.
place?
Yeah.
Trans Allegheny.
Oh,
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what that thing was, but
You know, It looks like a soldier. I mean,
It's-
I
I'm
do
not-
feel like it looks like a soldier with the hat and
it's
maybe
crazy,
like a...
whatever it is.
Because I kind of analyzed that one at home before I came, and it looks like it has like a belt or something. Like there's something black right here. Like a sash or a belt holding a gun. I don't know. That's what
I didn't see it when I took the picture because all I saw was a door.
That's
Yeah.
pretty...
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Yeah.
So I got a question for you. If you had on your bucket list of places to investigate, like you haven't been there but you want to go, do you agree on this, or you all got different places that you like? Or
Well, I've
or you
heard a
don't
lot
have
about
one?
the Ohio
Ohio State
Reformatory. I
Reformatory.
wouldn't mind going to there, checking it out.
We've tried to go there, but there's so many people there at
Yeah.
a time.
It contaminates your
It's
evidence.
just hard to get
Yes.
anything.
Yeah, I hate that because I used to go
Yeah.
to celebrity events, and
Yes.
it's great to meet
Yes,
everybody.
it is.
But when you go out and investigate and you're in a group with
No.
20 people,
Yeah, it's
anything you
it's-
get is contaminated.
We
Yeah,
don't even,
exactly.
there's no
Don't even
point
try.
even taking equipment, really. You might as well
No.
just go and have fun. But
That's what we started
Exactly.
doing.
yeah, to
because
take
Yeah.
equipment's pointless.
Because anything you
mean-
get, you can. It could have been somebody on the other side of the zoo or
Exactly.
whatever.
Yeah, we have no
Exactly.
idea.
So
Yep.
were you the same Ohio Reformatory?
I would say probably Ohio State Reformatory.
So all of it. Well, you
Yeah.
guys have to go.
I mean,
like to go to
yeah,
Alcatraz.
we're planning
Oh
on
yeah.
it.
Yeah, going's good at Alcatraz.
But see, I'm not getting on a plane.
Oh, you don't like planes?
My daughter has actually offered to take me to Alcatraz.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not getting on a plane.
You don't like to fly?
I can't get on a plane.
You and Steve Gonzalez, who won't
Steve
fly.
Gonzalez?
He won't. Oh, he won't fly.
He won't fly.
That's
No.
why he drives. He drives everywhere. I've met him a million times. Not a million,
Yeah.
but been to all those events. And
Yes.
yeah, that and spiders he's terrified of.
Yep.
Me, I'll tell you, since we're bringing it, I'm afraid of frogs big time. And I see a frog, I literally almost faint.
Oh,
How do
man.
I ghost hunt? Because they're everywhere. You're out at night. I kind of pick the seasons that I go out in these places.
I'm not really
Yeah.
afraid of anything, but the toughest time I have with any kind of insect is down in Gettysburg. I got into a tick nest.
Oh no.
Those things were crawling out of me everywhere.
Oh yeah.
There must have been 1,000 ticks on me. I was literally
You're
brushing
lucky
them
you didn't
things.
get Lyme disease.
I'm lucky. I'm really lucky.
Wow.
I was
I
still
pulling
finding them a
a
day
tuck off
later.
his leg down there on a little round top one day, and pulled it off, and the voice recorder was there, and we listened to it, and I'm telling him to be still so I can get this tick, and then all of a sudden we listen to the voice recorder, just going over evidence, and you hear me saying be still, and then the thing's going be still.
Yeah.
Oh.
You can.
Somebody was helping you there.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Of course, a lot of it's on our Facebook page.
We also
so a lot of
have
the
a board
things
on
that
there,
we're
too.
talking about now. Yeah.
So, I shouldn't say this because I'm probably going to jinx myself, but I haven't seen a snake yet. Have you guys seen
No.
No?
yet.
Don't want to talk about it.
No,
Right
I
now.
don't need.
I got a quick story for you.
Been
I have
pretty
not
lucky.
seen a snake ghost hunting, but I was at a place. I was going to a place and I went through this place in Woodbridge, and I was going to rent this place out for an investigation. Take the team. He shows me the whole place, and he goes, "Let's go down to the basement now." He opens the door, and this was during the day. He opens the door to the basement. It must have been a boa constrictor. It was black. It was a black snake, but it was like this.
Oh,
And
my.
8, 10, 12 feet. I mean, I don't even know if they grow that big.
Wow.
But guess what? I said, you know what? He said, he opens the door and we're getting ready to go down. And I go, no, thank you. And I don't think I want to do this because if
Yeah.
it's there at 4 in the afternoon,
Oh,
I think
man.
it was Williams Ordinary is what it was in Woodbridge. You can go to that. No. If that's there, I don't want to sit there in the
Yeah.
dark. That thing was
No.
huge.
Oh,
He goes,
my.
his part of his job was to go wrangle them because it
Oh,
happened that
my.
often. But
Oh.
thank goodness I saw the snake then and not when I came with the team.
Yep.
So-
yep.
So has anything ever happened to you guys? Several stories from me, but that's another time. Anything ever happened to you guys, paranormally or otherwise, when you're ghost hunting, that you said, hell no, I'm never investigating again. This, it scared me so much. And I mean, just to feel like one of you said you were telling the story about the the spirit that was following you, and it was
Yeah,
hiding from you.
It
we still go
was.
back.
It knew
I mean,
you were
yeah,
there.
We went back there.
So
many
nothing's
times.
really ever scared you
We
to that
really
point
never
of quitting.
had any kind of experience like that, you know, or any evil things that happened. We never had any experience.
Well, you guys are so nice. So
We don't
I think
promote-
you
we
draw
don't-
the sweet,
Yeah, we don't
sweet,
promote
good
violence.
spirits.
Yeah.
I really do. You guys are just so nice. And
Somebody said what you said earlier, like a ghost magnet or something.
yes, I think so.
Seems
So my
to
next question
attract
was,
you.
what was your scariest moment? But you don't have any.
I really don't
Nothing's
have
really
any.
ever scared you where you went, hell no, I'm running out.
No.
I've had a few. Farnsworth scared me. I literally saw a levitating toy in Sarah Black
man.
room,
Really.
and it was wintertime, and I was going to go sleep in the car. I said, I'd rather freeze to death in the car than stay there that night with the lights on.
man.
Of course, Jim's a skeptic, and I'm going to roll over and go to sleep. No, I'm going, ooh, lights
Yeah.
on. So, yeah, I've had a lot of scary moments like that.
Wow.
But-
We've been lucky.
But yeah,
Yeah.
we never had anything.
I shouldn't have said anything. You'll see a snake, it's going to scare you, la, la, la.
Yep.
So,
We'll say thanks, Susan.
thanks a lot. No, you can keep it. Oh, gosh. He hates snakes, by the way. I'm the frogs.
man.
I hate
don't like
frogs.
snakes either.
He hates snakes.
Yep.
Have you guys been listening over there? Any more tapping or anything going on?
No.
No, just one little tap. No feelings of temperature change or
No, it's been steady.
equipment's not moving or anything either. Okay. Any questions?
Yeah, when you investigated in Martinsville.
Martinsburg?
Martinsburg, I'm sorry.
Uh-huh.
That little girl, did
Mm-hmm.
you ever investigate the family that was living there at the time? In that century?
Was that the picture you're talking about? Where the little
Yeah.
girl was in the picture?
No, that was an old Civil War house too.
Yeah,
That was General
That there-
Stevens.
yeah, it
Adam
was,
Stevens' place.
I think we was on like a ghost tour.
We were. It was
Yeah.
a ghost
You
hunt,
know?
ghost tour.
And we didn't actually investigate the place itself. We
Which
just like toured the place with a bunch of other people. So we really, don't know a whole lot about that house or the history of it or, family or whatever. But we really, never did an investigation ourselves.
I'd like to.
Usually, if we investigate
cool.
place, we like to look up the history of the place and stuff. And a lot of times, I'll Google, if we're going somewhere, I'll Google, Google Earth place and to see if there's any like power stations around or things
yeah.
like that. That might give off readings to your K2 meter.
Yeah, nothing.
Like.
We just hope. We just hope.
Yeah, but no, we didn't do any history on the house. All we know that was a kid's bedroom.
Yeah.
But
Thanks.
other than that, we don't know a whole lot about it. Just
So one of the questions you guys submitted was, have you ever been touched by a spirit? So I assume somebody has here.
I have.
Tell me all about it.
We were actually on a ghost walk in Charlestown, up in West Virginia, and we were down by the train tracks. Apparently, a gentleman had been run over by a train at one point down there. Well, I'm just standing there, and all of a sudden, somebody just takes my hair and just flips it up and puts it back down. Now I'm turning around and thinking it's somebody behind me, just messing with me. When I turn around, there's nobody there, nobody at all. So, but I could literally feel them pick it up and put it back down. And I just kind of said, okay, and just went on my business. And it didn't scare me at all. It didn't bother me in the least. I just figured they're probably just following us around.
They like ponytails, it seems.
Which
too.
is okay. But
Something
that's,
got a hold of Brian's thumb too.
yeah, he did
yeah,
too.
up in Gettysburg, at the Sachs Bridge, and there's like an encampment where the soldiers camped out. I don't know really which side, north or south, camped there, but anyway, we was down in there and asking questions. Like I say, we use our manners. Thanks and welcome, yes sir, and all this, and down there, and just ask anybody here, with us, and we was down there maybe 10 minutes or so, and y'all had to do something or something, But anyway, somehow the voice recorder had went out of my hand. It was like somebody had pulled my thumb back, and that thing swelled up, and it hurt for like 2 or 3 days, and it swelled up real big, and
So it
never
really-
understood
Yeah, somebody
really
got me
what
good.
it was.
Really got him.
You know,
Wow.
I mean, it was like,
That sounds
but-
painful.
oh
It's
man,
getting bit, and
it
that
hurt.
kind of thing. I've never heard of anybody that happening, and then it
Yeah.
swelling and
yeah,
stuff.
I mean, that was, I could never figure it out, you know.
Yeah, that's
But
kind of mean.
It was,
Mean
it
spirit.
was, I mean, I was being nice, you know.
Bad spirit.
Yeah, usually
Need a
we're
ruler.
lucky and don't have that.
Man.
Yeah, on occasion,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
the first time it ever happened.
Well, like I said, you guys are so sweet. I can't imagine the spirits just. Well, then again, that's when they might want you because you're just so
Right.
sweet too, you know. But that wasn't a funny story. But
It wasn't,
nothing.
but
But
man.
that wasn't a funny. That's my next thing. You got a funny story for me? Anybody?
No, I mean,
Not. I mean, I've been grabbed. That's funny.
I haven't been grabbed.
Not at the
like I said,
time,
other
but-
than touch. Yeah. Now we have. I wanted to bring it, and I forgot to bring it. But there again, it's on our Facebook page. My other brother was with me in Harper's Ferry one time, and right over my right shoulder, and you can clearly see him. And I meant to bring the picture. Is a little boy standing over my shoulder in the doorway of the same ruins that everything else is happening down there. And he's just laughing. He's just laughing. You know, because I'm here, I've got my equipment here in front of me, and he's behind me. Yeah, almost making fun of me because he's right there. Yeah, but, and you can clearly see him over my shoulder. Clearly see him.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
He's
everybody
almost
needs to go to your
gray.
Facebook page,
Yeah.
Real Life
Yeah.
Paranormal.
Yes, our
Yes.
Facebook
Group.
page has a lot of voice recordings on
We
there
got a lot
too.
of stuff on
Yeah.
there, but we've got a lot more we need to go ahead and
We got
add
tons
to
of
it.
stuff to put on
Do you have a
there.
website too?
The same
Oh,
one.
it's the same
You
thing?
can Google it as well as Facebook.
Okay,
Yeah.
to check it out. I have the question is, the next question is, what is, in your opinion, what is the biggest myth about ghost hunting? Like, you know, you thought one thing, but then when you got in there, you said this.
That it don't exist because it actually does. You know, for the ones that don't believe, it's out there. You know,
Yeah.
it's there. You know you might not believe it, but somebody stand beside you.
Touch it. Oh, I know. I've had stuff happen to me since I was 8. So,
I think the biggest thing that I think that bothers me about it is I truly don't believe that Ghost does anything on command. I just don't.
Yeah.
I just think that they will, maybe sometimes, but I think for the most part, it's not done on command. Like, do this, throw something across the room. I don't know. I just sometimes have a hard time with
Yeah,
that.
some of these entertainment shows is like, you know,
oh, I know.
You
Yeah.
don't even want
Definitely.
Yeah.
say my name, you know, and then it's
They have said mine many
blah.
times.
I mean, we could go out,
Yeah.
you know, every weekend for a month and not catch nothing at all. you
That's
know?
what I was
And-
going for. That's what I
Yeah,
would say
you know.
myself.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden it's like 50 different things in one night. Yeah.
I mean, it can be really boring.
It can, you know.
You
it
know?
can.
Hours.
And it's hard for me because I talk a lot, and my husband like fidgets a lot. Between the two of us, you know, let's
Yeah.
sit still, be quiet, and
Yeah.
it's really hard to do that. And I know a lot of people think that it, like I was having some events, and the people come and they want, oh, where's the ghost? Come here, I got to see
Oh,
the ghost.
yes.
Then they want their money's worth. You know,
Yeah.
it's like I cannot guarantee a ghost. I can't
Yeah,
guarantee
you know,
anything.
that's
You go through
it.
the whole night, they're let down.
You can't.
Hey.
You
can't.
But a lot. I mean, a
There's
lot
no
of
way.
people actually present that though. That it does happen that way.
Yeah,
It
doesn't.
really doesn't.
It
No.
doesn't.
No,
So,
it doesn't.
with new people coming into the field, what kind of tips would you give them?
Well, I tell you, I think, you know, if you was a new one coming in, it's always better to be like a day, you know, a day late than, or you know, let me put it another way here. It's always better, you know, to go out, you know, don't go by yourself. Always have somebody with you, you know, and you know, in the paranormal field, it's always better to be. I'm trying to think of a way to put this. Excuse me. It's always better to be a day late than.
A dollar
A
short.
dollar short?
Well, I'll think of it here in
Okay.
a minute. So
Okay.
just give
Another
me a
thing
couple
that I would
minutes.
tell one of the new
You'll
ones
think
too,
of it when we're good.
do
Yeah.
not provoke.
Yeah,
There's
Yeah.
no need in it. You know, you
Please
wouldn't want
don't do
somebody
that.
calling you this or that just to talk to you. You
Yeah,
know, hey,
don't do that.
Just because you can't see them doesn't mean they don't hear you. Don't provoke them. Be nice to them. You know, they'll get back to you better. You know, you just don't provoke.
Yeah.
You know, that's the main thing.
Yeah, that's
That brings the evil
I
on.
think you're going to get hurt if you do. I mean, it's not a joke. I mean, you can get very easily get hurt by
yeah.
this too.
They, you know, some people want that. I mean, literally, they want that action. I didn't have this on my list of questions, but I was gonna say, did any spirits ever follow you home?
I think I got one.
That just came up. I didn't have it
I
on my
really
list
do.
of questions here.
I think I got one because I got something running up the stairs, and it terrorizes my dog. That poor thing.
And are you just gonna let it stay there, or are you gonna
Oh,
do
no,
a clearing and
he
get
can
it?
stay there.
Tell them about your fire alarm.
My fire, yeah, that really, one night I was like, just sleep through the world, and all of a sudden my fire alarms went crazy. The one downstairs, and well, I'm thinking, fire, first thing I'm thinking is get out, but then the one upstairs goes crazy. I go upstairs and that one cuts off. The one downstairs cuts off, and I go back downstairs, it's off, and then it goes back off upstairs, and it's on and on and on. And all of a sudden I said, would you please stop? I got to work tomorrow. I kid you not, they stopped, silent as could be, and went right back to sleep.
That exact thing happens to me. I bought this vanity, and not the fire alarm, but the thing is,
Oh,
if you
my.
tell them to be quiet,
I
they
asked-
usually will.
I did. I said, please, I got
It's
to
exactly
work
what I said.
tomorrow.
I got to work tomorrow. Or I got to get up. I got to get some sleep. Please be quiet. And it just
Not another sound.
exactly.
Not another sound.
So it does work sometimes.
It did. I mean, I said please, so. Because I really had to get up.
Please. Did for you guys, where would you like to see your real life paranormal group in 5 years? Would you ever want to be on TV? Like we're on TV, we're on the YouTube right now, but I mean, would you like to be on it? Would you like to have your own show?
Yes.
I wouldn't mind having a chance
Well,
at
would-
it. to see
Because
where
some
it
people
goes.
don't. They say, "Oh no, never, never."
I would.
I wouldn't mind seeing where it goes, but you know, I wouldn't want, you know, for, you know, them to bring us on, you know, telling us that we got to provoke to bring it on to get
I won't do
entertainment.
that.
I wouldn't do that.
I
If it
won't
come
Or
to
to
that,
falsify
I wouldn't, you know, I
info.
wouldn't,
I will not do that.
no.
No.
You see, once these people get on the shows and they sign
No.
contracts, there's pressure to
Yeah.
have a show. Well, nothing happened this week. Oh, well, you
Yeah.
know that little noise over there? Let's,
No.
you know, then you're, you know, the slippery slope,
Yeah,
shall we say.
Exactly.
No.
So we are, I wanted to ask you guys, where are you going to be this summer, this spring? What events are you? Because I think we're going to be the same ones.
And
so.
yeah, I
Penhurst
think,
in April,
you
ain't it?
know,
Not June.
And that's June.
We're going to be there.
and I think April, I think is Gettysburg Paracon, or is that May?
Yeah, I'm going to talk
April?
about that April
April.
14th through the 16th.
Yeah, we'll be there. In June, we'll be at Penhurst.
Yeah.
Well, we will see you there.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll be near each other.
Yep.
Then we'll be going hitting Moundsville here before long. We used to do that every summer, and then
I got to go to that. I haven't
Sometimes
been to
twice a
Moundsville.
summer.
Now that you guys got me interested in going to Moundsville.
you look it
Yeah.
up and check it out. I mean, a lot of our stuff is from Moundsville.
And yeah, we'll probably head back up to the Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum probably this
I'm gonna
summer.
go there too. I don't, truthfully, I don't like flying, and I don't like traveling like winding roads either. I get car sick, so I'm like catch-22.
Yeah.
What am I gonna do? I almost would rather fly than drive. So I'm kind of torn. If I really want to go somewhere, I figure out a way to go. But,
Right. Mm-hmm.
So these places in West Virginia, I want to go, but then
Yeah.
I gotta go the mountain roads and stuff. I don't know about that. Did you guys have any questions over there? Anything happening? Anything else?
No, nothing
No,
else.
just the one tap.
Yep.
Wow. Well, at least something this week.
That's right.
Yeah.
I do have a question about
Yeah.
Moundsville.
Yeah.
Did you say that was a Civil War area or is not?
Moundsville,
It's an old state penitentiary is what it was. and
Penitentiary?
Yeah, it's an
they
old
just-
prison.
Okay.
I
I think
love it.
it was built in 1860s, I think.
And the
But-
prisoners are the one that built the place.
Actually
That was
built it,
their-
huh?
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
actually built
and
it.
I think they shut down in 1996, I think. or
95, I think.
95,
Okay.
somewhere in there. And there was a lot of, killing there and
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
torture and
Right.
stuff like that. And
I mean, I have to tell you a story with Moundsville that happened it was last summer, I think. We were all down in, of course, the solitary confinement area where they kept the worst of the worst. Well, we kept hearing something running above us, on the next tier. Well, we would go down that end, and by the time we got there, it was back down here. Yeah. And this happened 2 or 3 times, and I said, would you please stop long enough for me to take a picture? And I kid you not, I took a picture, and there's a guy standing at the end of the corridor there. And I noticed that he was wearing like a tuxedo type thing. And I thought, why is this man wearing a tuxedo? Well, I took the picture to Moundsville, and they asked me where I took that, and I told them, and I said, I don't understand why this man's wearing a tuxedo. And they told me back in the day when they executed them, they actually put them in a suit.
Wow.
Yeah, to execute them, they actually put them in a suit.
Yeah,
I
that's-
had
didn't
no
know that
idea.
either.
I didn't know that. She told me that.
And what's
and
wild,
that's why the suit.
the story she's telling about that same place, about the noise here, and then you go down here, it's up here. But they had a show on here. What was that show called? They had the show where they catch them in a box.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway,
Ghost
it was-
Society.
Ghost Society.
They
Yeah.
was at the same place. They was at the same place, and they heard the same thing. Because we was watching, I said, "Oh my God, Brian!" I said, "That's true, because that's what we hear."
We
Yeah,
did
that
hear
part
that up
was,
there.
Yeah,
That was
part
true.
was true.
Yeah, because you hear the
Right.
banging down here, and then go get down there, and it comes back up here. But that part is
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, because we sat there for a long time. That part
We
is
heard
true.
that ourselves.
Yeah.
Well, I have run out of questions, but I was wondering if there's anything that I didn't ask you. I got a few extra minutes here. Anything that I didn't ask you that you'd like to elaborate on? Any stories? Any?
I don't know. Do you?
I think we
There's
You
so
think?
many
Pretty near
stories.
summed it up.
I mean, so
Yeah.
many stories.
I want to say hi to my friends.
Yes,
Hey.
Hi, my
shout out.
sons. Hi, Uptown Austin.
Hello, everybody from Kim
Yeah,
Pack.
what's
Hello,
up?
Bonnie. Hi,
Y'all
Rachel.
better
Right.
be watching.
Hello,
we need
Rachel.
people to
Love
watch
you.
these shows.
Love you
So-
guys.
We
But-
just had the sweetest paranormal
Yeah.
Love you,
team
boys.
ever here. And so I'm glad you got. Did you get that?
The only thing we ask is just if you do it, just don't be mean. Just treat them like they were honestly a relative or even a friend that
Just like you're
passed
sitting there
on.
talking to somebody. You don't want to be
Yeah.
disrespected. Don't disrespect them.
Yeah.
You know, that's the way we go into
Treat 'em
it,
as a
you know?
friend.
And if anybody wants to get into the paranormal, it's better to be 5 years late than a day early.
Is that what you've been trying
That's
to
what I'm trying to say.
Thank you, Brian. Woo, I'm glad he finally remembered
So,
that.
yeah.
Okay.
That's the
But he
first
did.
one. I've
I
never
hate
heard
that.
that.
I
Yeah.
hate that when I try to forget. I have it
I
all written
know.
down here because I can't remember anything. I just have to read it all. So thank you guys for coming. Seriously,
Sure.
and,
Pleasure.
Yeah.
we enjoyed you guys coming, and I know you. I don't know what the weather is like out there. It was raining and then snowing, all the way from West
It was
Virginia.
snowing.
And the stories were great. The evidence was great. And now I'm just going to make a few announcements,
Sure.
and we'll be ending the show. So
All
here we
righty.
go. So anyway, we just had Real Life Paranormal Group here, and that again was Donna, Brian, and Gail. And I hope you all got the shout outs. Please, which we really, we want you guys to watch the show and subscribe to Stairway East on YouTube. That's if you missed the show, that's where they can go. Or they can just go to YouTube. Go to YouTube and type in the Evermore Paranormal Show, and it's there too. So, got a few announcements. Basically, they're going to be at a lot of the same places, probably all the same places that we're going to be. And that's on April 14th and 14th through the 16th. We're going to be at Gettysburg Paracon. I don't know, but they probably still have tickets and vendor tables available. I haven't checked. Also, on the Ghost Hunter store moved to Gettysburg. You guys,
Yeah,
have you
I'm
been
so
there
glad.
yet?
Not yet.
I'm so glad.
Oh, yeah. I can't wait. I never
Yeah.
went to the store in New Jersey,
No,
but it's
I've
not
ordered
just
a
equipment.
lot
Oh yeah,
from
me
them.
too.
Yeah.
Most of my equipment I bought from them.
Yeah.
But now they're in Gettysburg and they're at 777 Baltimore Street.
Yes.
They're having a big grand opening bash on April 23rd at 4 o'clock. So we're planning to go to that. So you guys should go. I think all the big name
I
people are
would
going to be
love
there.
to be there. Yes.
And it's probably going to be so packed you can't get in, but still.
Right.
And then we're going to all be at Pennhurst Paracon 2 on June 4th and 5th. That is going to be amazing. We're going to be vendors,
Yeah.
and it's sold out. But if you see us and you want to come meet us, any of us, come there. We just signed up also for the Gettysburg Paranormal Gathering. You guys should check that out.
Yeah,
Check
we
that out.
will.
The tables were only $25.
We will.
But you do have to bring your own table chair. Your
Right.
Check
space
that
is
out.
$25. You got to bring everything, and it's
Yeah.
outdoors. But you can ghost hunt, and the people come in. It's free and all
Right.
that. That's on July 30th from 11 to 4. So we're probably just going to drive up for the day, and we're not even going to stay overnight. And then, so next week's guests are live paranormal radio show hosts Jennifer Anderson. I always want to say Aniston with her. But Jennifer Anderson and Nikki Para Unnormal. And I know you all recognize those names. So with that said, we're done with the show tonight. And so this has been the Evermore Paranormal Show. Peace out.